Over 40,000 private jets land in Las Vegas every single year. That's more than 100 a day, touching down at exclusive terminals hidden away from the chaos of the main airport. But here's the secret the private aviation industry doesn't really want you to know, and the casinos definitely don't advertise. For a very specific type of person, that $10, $20, or even $50,000 flight is completely free. And in this video, we're not just going to tell you how they do it, we are going to show you. We are going to pull back the curtain on the entire high roller experience, from the moment you decide to go to Vegas, to the second you step out of a Rolls-Royce onto the Strip. We're going to demystify the process, break down the real costs, and take you on the journey so you can see exactly what it feels like to arrive in Sin City like a true whale. Forget everything you think you know about travel. Forget the long security lines, the crowded gates, the fight for overhead bin space. The world we're about to enter is a parallel universe, a world of silent efficiency, ultimate convenience, and absurd luxury. And it all starts with a simple question: how do you even get a private jet? You can't just go on Expedia and click private. This isn't about booking a seat. It's about chartering a multi-million-dollar machine, complete with a professional crew, on your schedule. The first step into this world is understanding the players. You have three main options. First, you can own a jet. This is for the billionaires, the corporations. You're talking 8 figures to buy the plane, and then millions a year in maintenance, crew salaries, hangar fees, and insurance. It's the ultimate freedom, but it's also the ultimate expense. For almost everyone else, that's not the answer. The second option is fractional ownership. Think of it as a timeshare for a jet. You buy a share of a plane, which gives you a certain number of flight hours per year. Companies like NetJets and FlexJet dominate this space. It's still incredibly expensive. You're buying a piece of a multi-million-dollar asset, but it's more manageable than whole ownership. This is for the CEO who needs to be in 3 different states in a single day, or the celebrity who values privacy above all else. But for a one-off trip, a special occasion, a Vegas weekend, that's where the third and most common option comes in: on-demand charter. This is essentially the Uber of private aviation. You rent the plane for a specific trip and you pay for it as you go. This is the world we're diving into. So I picked up the phone. Not to an airline, but to a charter broker. These are the concierges of the sky. Their entire job is to connect people who need a plane with a global network of available aircraft. I told him our mission: Los Angeles to Las Vegas, a classic high roller route. Immediately the questions began. How many passengers? How much luggage? What time do we want to depart? And this is the first mind-bending shift from commercial travel. The schedule revolves around you. There is no 6 a.m. flight you have to catch. If you want to leave at 2:17 p.m. on a Tuesday, the plane leaves at 2:17 p.m. on a Tuesday. Then comes the big decision: the aircraft. This isn't like choosing between economy and first class. This is like choosing your supercar for a road trip. The broker laid out the options, which generally fall into 3 categories. First, you have your light jets. These are the Porsches of the sky. Think of a Cessna Citation or a Phenom 300. They're fast, efficient, and perfect for short hops with 4 to 6 people. They're intimate, sleek, and they get the job done with style. Next, you step up to the mid-size jets. This is your luxury sedan, your Mercedes S-Class. A Hawker 800 or a Citation Latitude. These have more range, a bigger cabin you can actually stand up in, a private lavatory, and often a flight attendant. You can bring more friends, more luggage, and travel in greater comfort. Finally, you have the heavy jets. These are the flying boardrooms, the Rolls-Royce Phantoms of aviation, a Gulfstream G650 or a Global Express. These planes can cross oceans. They have multiple cabin zones, full galleys to cook gourmet meals, beds that lie completely flat, and an entourage of flight attendants. For a short flight from LA to Vegas, a heavy jet is complete and utter overkill, which, in the world of high rollers, makes it an extremely popular choice. For our mission, we decided on the sweet spot: a light jet. It's the quintessential private experience for a short trip, specifically a Citation CJ3. It's known for being a workhorse, reliable, fast, and comfortable for a small group. Now let's talk about the number that everyone is waiting for: the cost. Private aviation pricing is notoriously opaque, but here's the real breakdown. It's not a flat fee. You pay by the hour, and that clock is always ticking. The hourly rate for a jet like the CJ3 can range from $4,000 to $6,000 per flight hour. Let's call it $5,000 for our trip. The flight from LA to Vegas is about 1 hour. So that's $5,000, right? Not even close. That hourly rate is just the beginning. First, you have to add a 7.5% federal excise tax on top of that. So our $5,000 is now $5,375. Then you have landing fees. Every airport charges a fee for a plane to land, and private terminals, known as FBOs or fixed-base operators, have their own ramp and handling fees. For a jet this size, you can expect a few hundred to over $1,000 depending on the airport. Let's budget another $800 for that. But here's the killer fee that most people don't know about: repositioning. The plane we chartered was based in Van Nuys, California. But what if we wanted to fly out of Santa Monica? The broker would have to fly the empty plane from Van Nuys to Santa Monica to pick us up. You pay for that empty flight. It's called a repo leg. And if the plane has to fly back to its home base empty after dropping you off in Vegas, you pay for that too. This can literally double the cost of your trip. The key is to find a jet that is already based where you are, or is ending its previous trip at your departure airport, minimizing or eliminating that repositioning cost. So for our 1-hour flight, after taxes, fees, and a small buffer for incidentals like catering and pilot overnight fees if necessary, the all-in one-way price tag for a light jet from Los Angeles to Las Vegas comes to roughly $10,000. 10 grand. For a flight that would cost maybe $150 on a commercial airline. It's an insane number. It's illogical. So why do people do it? The answer is that you're not paying for transportation. You're paying for 3 things commercial airlines can never sell: time, privacy, and a frictionless experience. You can show up to the private terminal 15 minutes before your departure time, walk out of your car, and get straight onto the plane. There is no security theater, no lines, no crowds. A 1-hour flight commercial really takes 4 hours of your day with travel to the airport, security, and boarding. A 1-hour private flight takes 1 hour and 15 minutes of your day. You get hours of your life back. And for the people taking these flights, their time is often worth more than the $10,000 it costs to save it. But that brings us back to the secret we started with: the free flight. How is that possible? This is where the magic of Las Vegas comes in. The casinos. For the biggest casinos on the Strip, their most valuable customers aren't the tourists playing penny slots. It's the high-stakes gamblers, the whales, who are willing to bet tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars in a single weekend. These players are so valuable that the casino will do anything to get them to their property instead of the one next door. They have entire departments of people called casino hosts, whose only job is to cater to these players. They operate on a system of comps, or complementaries. Based on your level of play, how much you bet, for how long, and at what odds, the casino rates you and calculates your theoretical loss. They are then willing to give you back a percentage of that theoretical loss in the form of comps. For most people, that means a free meal at the buffet or a discounted room. But for the whales, the comps are on another level. We're talking penthouse suites that aren't even listed on the website, Michelin star restaurant reservations, front row seats to any show, and yes, private jets. If a casino knows a player is good for a potential $1 million loss at their baccarat tables, spending $50,000 to fly them in from New York on a heavy jet is just a smart business decision. It's a rounding error. It's the cost of acquiring a multi-million-dollar customer. The host arranges everything. They book the jet, they send a limo to your house, and the entire experience is seamless. The player never even sees a bill. All they have to do is show up and play. That is the secret to the free flight. It's not really free. It's paid for in risk. It's the ultimate golden ticket, reserved for those willing to gamble at the highest possible stakes. For our trip, we're not gambling $1 million. We're paying the hard way. The charter is confirmed. The price is locked in. And the black SUV that will take us past the chaos of LAX to a discreet, hidden terminal has just pulled up to the curb. The first part of the mission is complete. What happens next, inside the private terminal and onto the tarmac, is where the experience truly separates itself from reality. The door of the black SUV swings open, and the air immediately changes. It's not just the temperature, it's the sound, or rather, the lack of it. The constant, thrumming anxiety of a major airport is gone, replaced by a calm so profound it feels almost unnatural. There are no frantic travelers wrestling with oversized bags, no blaring announcements for final boarding calls, no shuttle bus horns. There is only the quiet hum of the vehicle's engine behind me, and the gentle click of the door as a valet closes it. This isn't an airport terminal. It's the entrance to a 5-star hotel, masquerading as a portal to the sky. Stepping through the glass doors, the illusion is complete. You're not in a terminal. You're in a meticulously designed, impossibly clean private lounge. There's no check-in counter with a long snaking line. There's no baggage drop. Instead, a concierge with a warm, genuine smile greets you by name. They already have your information. Your luggage. It was whisked away from the car by an unseen hand, and the next time you see it, it will be waiting for you in Las Vegas. Think about that for a second. The single most stressful part of any airport journey. The luggage check, the weight limits, the fear of it getting lost, it just evaporates. It ceases to be a problem you even have to consider. The space itself is designed to lower your blood pressure. Polished marble floors, plush leather armchairs, a curated selection of art on the walls. It feels more like a billionaire's living room than a place of transit. There's a fully stocked bar with premium spirits, a barista ready to craft any coffee you desire, and a spread of gourmet snacks that would put any first-class lounge to shame. And the best part? You're sharing it with maybe 4 or 5 other people, all of whom are maintaining a respectful, quiet distance. The concept of a crowd simply doesn't exist here. You find a comfortable seat, an espresso appears at your elbow, and you're told your plane will be ready in about 15 minutes. 15 minutes. Not an hour and a half of waiting at a crowded gate. Now, you might be thinking, what about security? This is where the system reveals its most unbelievable trick. After a few minutes of relaxing, you're politely invited to a private screening room. There's no line. There's no stripping off your shoes, your belt, your watch. There's no fumbling to pull a laptop out of a bag. You simply walk as you are through a high-tech scanner. An agent who looks more like a hotel manager than a TSA officer gives you a polite nod. And that's it. You're done. The entire security process takes less than 30 seconds. It is so seamless, so utterly devoid of stress, that it feels like you've somehow cheated the system. It's a powerful reminder that for a certain price, the rules and inconveniences of modern life can be made to disappear. Just as you're settling back into your chair, 2 figures in crisp, tailored pilot uniforms walk into the lounge. They're not just passing through. They're here for you. They approach, introduce themselves as your captain and first officer, and shake your hand. They tell you the flight time to Vegas will be about 45 minutes, that they're expecting a smooth ride, and they ask if you have any questions or need anything at all. This is a level of personal connection that is completely alien to commercial travel. You are not passenger 17B on a manifest. You are their guest. They are personally responsible for your journey, and they want you to know it. This single interaction builds more trust and confidence than 1,000 pre-recorded safety announcements ever could. Then the moment arrives. The concierge informs you, your jet is ready for you. There's no boarding group number, no frantic rush to the jet bridge. Instead, a glass door slides open at the back of the lounge, and you step directly out onto the tarmac. The sensory shift is immediate and exhilarating. The quiet, climate-controlled lounge gives way to the vast, open expanse of the airfield. The smell of jet fuel hangs in the air, a scent that, in this context, smells like freedom. The California sun is bright, and the sound of distant jumbo jets taking off from the main LAX runways serves as a low rumble, a reminder of the world you've just left behind. And there it is, parked not 50 feet away, looking like something out of a movie. A sleek, white Bombardier Challenger 350. Its twin engines are silent for now, but it has a powerful predatory grace. Its wings sweep back, the paint gleams, and the small set of stairs leading to the cabin door feels like a personal invitation. This isn't a massive, impersonal Airbus that feels like a flying bus. This is a precision instrument, a personal time machine, and for the next hour it's all yours. Walking across the tarmac towards the jet is a surreal experience. You feel the scale of the airport in a way you never can from inside a terminal. You're a part of the action, not just a spectator behind glass. As you approach the stairs, a flight attendant, dressed impeccably, greets you with another warm smile at the base of the stairs. She'll be taking care of you on the short flight to Vegas. She confirms your drink preference, the one you casually mentioned to the concierge inside, and assures you it will be waiting for you at your seat. You hand her your small carry-on, and she takes it aboard. You are now completely unburdened. You have nothing to carry, nothing to worry about. Your only job is to ascend the stairs and enter this private world. Taking those few steps up into the cabin is the final threshold. You duck your head slightly to enter, and the world outside vanishes. The ambient noise of the airfield is instantly muted by the thick, insulated fuselage. The interior is breathtaking. It's not the cold, corporate aesthetic you might expect. This is pure, handcrafted luxury. The cabin is lined with soft, cream-colored leather and polished dark wood veneers. There are 8 large, individual captain's chairs, each one looking more comfortable than the recliner in your living room. They swivel, they recline fully, and they're spaced so far apart that the concept of legroom is laughable. You could do yoga in the space between seats. The carpet is thick and plush, the lighting is soft and indirect, and the large oval windows offer a panoramic view of the world you're about to leave behind. It's a cocoon of quiet and comfort, a flying oasis designed for one purpose: to make the journey as effortless and enjoyable as the destination itself. You find your designated seat, sink into the supple leather, and as the flight attendant hands you a chilled glass, you realize the flight to Vegas hasn't even started yet, but the vacation already has. The main cabin door is about to close, sealing you inside this bubble of impossible luxury. With a soft, satisfying thud, the world outside is gone. There's no announcement from a pilot you'll never see. No final call for boarding, no chaotic shuffling of bags. There is only a profound, almost sacred silence, punctuated by the gentle hum of the climate control. And then it begins. Not a slow, lumbering pushback from a gate, but an immediate, purposeful surge of power. The engines, just a whisper before, swell into a deep, confident roar. It's a sound that doesn't rattle the cabin. It seems to vibrate right through the floor into the soles of your feet, a promise of what's to come. You're not taxiing for 20 minutes, waiting in a conga line of identical airliners. The moment the engines are alive, the jet moves. It glides onto the runway with the predatory grace of a shark, and without a moment's hesitation, it pivots, aligns, and unleashes hell. The acceleration is breathtaking. It's not the shaky, rattling climb of a commercial plane. It's a relentless, smooth shove, pinning you deep into the plush cushioning of your seat. You feel a G-force that commercial passengers never experience, a thrilling pressure that confirms you are in a machine built for performance, not for hauling cargo. Through the large, pristine window, the world doesn't just fall away. It's violently discarded. The runway markers blur into a single white line, and then you're airborne. The angle of attack is impossibly steep. You're not gradually ascending. You are launching. It feels less like a plane taking off and more like a skyscraper falling sideways into the sky. The sprawling suburbs, the tangled freeways, the entire city grid shrinks with shocking speed, becoming a circuit board of human activity, and then just a memory. Within minutes, you pierce the cloud layer. One moment, you're looking down at a gray, hazy world. The next, you burst through into an ocean of impossible blue, with a brilliant, unfiltered sun blazing above a floor of pure white fluff. You are above it all. Literally. The seatbelt sign doesn't just ding off. The flight attendant, who has been seated discreetly, unbuckles and approaches you with a warm smile. "Can I get you started with something from the bar? Perhaps a Macallan 18? Or we have some Dom Perignon on ice." This isn't a choice between soda or water from a rattling cart. This is a curated experience. You opt for the champagne, and it's presented not in a plastic cup, but in a delicate crystal flute. The bubbles rise in a perfect, steady stream. As you take a sip, you're asked another question. "We'll be serving your meal shortly." The chef prepared a few options. We have a pan-seared Chilean sea bass with a saffron risotto, or a filet mignon with a black truffle reduction. Which would you prefer? This is the moment the true chasm between travel and this becomes clear. You're not eating a foil-wrapped mystery meal. You're having a 5-star dining experience at 45,000 feet. You choose the filet, and what arrives is a masterpiece. It's served on actual porcelain with heavy, polished silverware. The steak is cooked to a perfect medium rare, impossibly tender. The truffle reduction is earthy and aromatic, filling the cabin with a scent that you'd never associate with air travel. The accompanying glass of Cabernet Sauvignon has been allowed to breathe. Every single detail has been considered. You're not just a passenger. You are a guest of honor. While you eat, you notice the quiet. The engines are a distant hum, a background noise so consistent it fades into nothing. There are no crying babies, no loud talkers on their cell phones, no incessant announcements about turbulence or credit card offers. The only sounds are the clink of your fork against the plate, and the soft music you've chosen to play through the cabin's high-fidelity sound system. You have complete control. You can dim the lights, adjust the temperature, or open a window shade with the touch of a button, revealing the breathtaking panorama outside. The Wi-Fi isn't the frustrating, dial-up speed service you pay a fortune for on a commercial flight. It's a lightning-fast, satellite-based connection that's faster than your internet at home. You could stream a 4K movie, take a video conference call, or trade stocks without a single buffer. But you don't. The temptation to disconnect, to simply be present in this surreal environment, is too strong. You lean back, finishing your wine, and just watch the world. From this altitude, you can see the subtle curvature of the Earth. The sky above isn't just blue. It's a deep, dark indigo at the very top, brushing against the edge of space. The clouds below are a mountain range of vapor, with sunlit peaks and shadowy valleys. It's a divine perspective, a view that makes the planet feel both immense and fragile. This is the hidden currency of private travel. It's not just about the leather and the champagne. It's about the reclamation of time and the elimination of friction. Every single pain point of modern travel, the lines, the crowds, the delays, the discomfort, the indignity of it all, has been systematically erased. There was no 2-hour wait at the airport. No TSA screening where you had to take off your shoes. No jostling for overhead bin space. Your journey began the moment you stepped out of your car and onto the tarmac. Every minute since has been tailored for your comfort and enjoyment. It's an experience so seamless, it feels like a form of time travel, skipping all the unpleasant parts and delivering you directly to the good stuff. The flight attendant quietly clears your plate and offers a dessert menu. A chocolate lava cake with raspberry coulis, a selection of artisanal cheeses, an espresso pulled from a proper high-pressure machine. This isn't just transportation. It's an indulgence. It's a statement. As you savor a perfectly crafted cappuccino, you glance out the window again. The landscape below has changed. The patchwork of green and brown has given way to a vast ochre-colored emptiness. The desert. The sun is lower in the sky now, casting long shadows and painting the clouds in strokes of orange and pink. You can see the sharp, angular lines of distant mountain ranges, their peaks glowing in the late afternoon light. And somewhere out there, in that sprawling expanse of sand and stone, a city built on light and luck is waiting for you. The pilot's voice, for the first time, comes smoothly over the intercom, not with a crackle but with the clarity of a phone call. We're beginning our initial descent into Las Vegas. We should be on the ground in about 20 minutes. The descent has begun, but you know this landing will be nothing like you've ever experienced before. You're not heading to the main terminal. You're heading for the front door of Sin City. The nose of the jet dips ever so slightly, a gentle, controlled fall from the heavens. Outside your window, the sprawling grid of suburban Las Vegas gives way to something electric. This isn't the slow, circling descent over the desert you're used to. This is a direct approach. A VIP vector. The pilot isn't just following a flight path. They're painting a masterpiece for an audience of one. You bank left and suddenly there it is. The Strip. Not as a distant glimmer, but as a living, breathing creature of light and ambition. From this altitude, on this trajectory, it's a perspective no commercial passenger ever gets. You can see the choreography of it all. The Bellagio Fountains not as a tiny puff of mist, but as a pulsing heart of water and light. The Eiffel Tower at the Paris, a perfect glowing replica. The dark, sleek pyramid of the Luxor, its beam of light shooting straight up, a beacon aimed at the cosmos or perhaps directly at you. You're not just seeing the landmarks, you're seeing the space between them, the energy that connects them, the river of headlights flowing down Las Vegas Boulevard. It feels like the city is putting on a private show just for your arrival. There's a soft thud as the landing gear deploys. It's a sound of purpose, of finality. The engines, once a powerful roar pushing you across the sky, now settle into a controlled, hungry whine. You're descending parallel to the Strip itself. You can almost feel the heat, the energy rising up to meet you. You pass the new Allegiant Stadium, a colossal, futuristic black pearl sitting just off the tarmac. It's so close you feel like you could reach out and touch it. This is a side of the airport no one ever sees. There are no endless rows of Southwest and Spirit jets. Instead, you see a pristine lineup of gleaming Gulfstreams, sleek Bombardiers, and elegant Falcons, all parked with military precision. They sit silently like apex predators at rest, each one holding a story of a deal made, a fortune won, or a weekend of pure indulgence. This isn't an airport. It's a billionaire's garage. The runway lights rush up to meet you, a brilliant, hypnotic stream. The touchdown is almost imperceptible. Not a jolt, not a bump, but a kiss. A gentle fusion of rubber and asphalt so smooth you question if you've even landed at all. The powerful engine's reverse thrust. A deep, satisfying growl that slows you with immense, invisible force. But you don't taxi for 10 minutes, crossing runways and waiting in line. You make a single elegant turn off the main runway and onto a private taxiway. Within 60 seconds, the jet is coasting to a stop. The engines begin their slow, graceful spool down, the whine fading into a whisper, then silence. The only sound is the faint hum of the auxiliary power unit. And then the magic happens. The part that separates this experience from everything else. The cabin door unseals with a soft hiss. The flight attendant doesn't just open it. They present the outside world to you. There's no cold, sterile jet bridge. No long, fluorescent-lit hallway. Just a short set of stairs lowered directly onto the tarmac. The first breath you take isn't recycled terminal air. It's the dry electric air of the Las Vegas desert, tinged with the faint, clean scent of jet fuel. Smells like freedom. Smells like money. Standing at the bottom of the stairs waiting is not a crowd. It's a single, impeccably dressed individual. They're not an airport employee. They're your ground contact. They greet you by name with a warm, professional smile. There's no fumbling for IDs, no questions, no security screening. Your identity was confirmed before you ever left the ground. As you step onto the tarmac, you notice your luggage is already being transferred. Not onto a clattering baggage cart destined for a carousel, but directly from the jet's hold into the trunk of a waiting vehicle. And the vehicle? It's not in a distant parking garage or a rideshare lot you have to take a shuttle to. It's parked right there, 30 feet from the wing of your jet. A gleaming black Cadillac Escalade, its engine purring, its interior climate controlled to a perfect 70 degrees. The driver, in a crisp black suit, holds the door for you. This transition from aircraft to automobile is so seamless, so fluid, it feels like a single, unbroken movement. You were in the sky 1 minute, and in the plush leather seat of a luxury SUV the next, all without ever stepping foot inside a terminal building. This entire process happens at what's called an FBO, or fixed base operator. In Las Vegas, the two titans are signature flight support and Atlantic Aviation. These aren't terminals. They're more like five-star hotel lobbies that happen to have airplanes parked out front. If you do need to step inside, you're met with polished marble floors, designer furniture, complimentary gourmet coffee and snacks, conference rooms, and a concierge who can arrange anything from last-minute show tickets to a helicopter tour of the Grand Canyon. There are no lines. There is no waiting. There is no stress. It is an environment engineered for one purpose: to eliminate every single inconvenience associated with travel. This is where celebrities land to avoid the paparazzi. It's where CEOs land for a high-stakes meeting. It's where high rollers arrive, their presence known only to the casino that sent the car for them. You are completely insulated from the chaos of the main airport, which might as well be on another planet. The driver confirms your destination, his voice calm and respectful. The doors close with a solid, reassuring thud, sealing you in a cocoon of quiet luxury. He doesn't ask for a confirmation number or a credit card. Everything has been prearranged. As the Escalade pulls away from the jet, you glide past the other private aircraft. You might see a custom-painted jet with the company logo, or a sleek, unmarked silver plane that whispers of old money and discretion. You're moving through a world that runs on a different set of rules, on a different clock. You bypass all the airport traffic, the shuttle buses, the taxi queues. You're taken through a private gate that opens just for you and closes immediately behind you. No red lights. No congestion. You merge directly onto a private access road. To your left, you can see the distant, sprawling terminals of Harry Reid International Airport, a hive of activity and organized chaos. But you're not in it. You're observing it from the outside like watching a documentary. The access road curves, and you're suddenly on Tropicana Avenue, just seconds from the Strip. You didn't just land in Vegas, you materialized at its doorstep. The entire process, from the jet's wheels touching down to you being comfortably seated in your car, took less than 5 minutes. Think about that. Less time than it takes to deplane from the back of a commercial flight. The driver navigates through the traffic with an expert's ease. The neon lights of the MGM Grand, New York, and Excalibur are no longer a distant view from a window. They are towering over you, washing the cabin in waves of brilliant color. The energy of the city is palpable now. A low thrum you can feel through the floor of the car. But you're not heading for the main valet, the one with the long line of taxis and Ubers. That's for everyone else. Your destination is different. The driver makes a turn that seems to defy the flow of traffic, heading towards an entrance that isn't on any public map, a discreet gateway known only to a select few. You're about to enter the casino resort, but you're not going through the front door. You're going in through the side, a secret passage that leads directly to the heart of the machine. The air changes instantly. One moment you're in the dry, sun-baked heat of the Mojave. The next, you're enveloped in a cool, perfectly calibrated atmosphere, scented with a bespoke fragrance you won't find anywhere else in the world. It's a subtle blend of white tea, desert lily, and something else. Something that smells like money. The corridor you're walking down is not opulent. It's intentionally understated. Polished concrete floors, walls of dark, unmarked wood, and recessed lighting that casts long shadows. There's no art on the walls, no signage. This hallway is pure function. Its purpose is to be invisible, to transport human assets from one secure location to another without ever intersecting with the public. You can hear a low, distant hum, the thrum of the casino itself, the combined energy of tens of thousands of people, slot machines and ventilation systems, but it's muffled like hearing a distant ocean from inside a submarine. You are completely insulated from the chaos, the sensory overload that defines the public Las Vegas experience. Out there, people are dragging roller bags across sticky carpets, waiting in long lines under fluorescent lights, and navigating a maze designed to confuse and disorient. And here the path is straight. The silence is profound. It's a corridor of power, a sterile artery connecting the world of private aviation to the apex of the hospitality pyramid. After about 100 feet, the hallway opens into a small private vestibule. There's no reception desk, no bellhops. There is only a single unmarked elevator door made of brushed bronze. Standing beside it is a man in a perfectly tailored suit, who gives a slight, knowing nod as you approach. He doesn't ask for your name. He already knows it. He has your entire itinerary, your preferences, your history, all committed to memory. He is your personal butler for the duration of your stay, and his existence begins right here, in this anonymous antechamber. He uses a keycard, a heavy, featureless black rectangle, and the elevator doors slide open silently. The interior is not an elevator. It's a small, paneled room, with a leather banquette and a single cryptic button with no floor number, just a symbol. As the doors close, there is no lurch, no sense of upward motion, just a faint change in pressure. You're not just going up. You're ascending to a different reality. The butler says nothing. The silence is part of the service. He understands that after a flight, you don't want small talk. You want a seamless transition. The ride lasts maybe 20 seconds, and when the doors whisper open again, you're no longer in a hallway. You're standing in the center of a space so vast it feels like you've stepped outside again. Welcome to the villa. This isn't a suite. It's a sky palace, a two-story residence suspended 50 floors above the Las Vegas Strip. The first thing that hits you isn't the scale but the light. An entire two-story wall of glass faces north, framing the Strip in a perfect living panorama. From this vantage point, the other colossal resorts look like models in an architect's office. The Bellagio Fountains, the Paris Eiffel Tower, the high roller observation wheel, they're all just features in your personal landscape. The sheer, unadulterated view is the primary work of art. The living area is cavernous, with 20-foot ceilings. A white grand piano sits in one corner, its keys gleaming. A massive, circular sofa is oriented toward the window, as if the city itself is the television. A full wet bar, stocked not with miniatures but with full-size, top-shelf bottles of everything you can imagine, runs along one wall, attended by its own dedicated bartender who is currently polishing a crystal glass, awaiting your first request. Your butler finally speaks, his voice calm and measured. We've taken the liberty of preparing a light refreshment. Your preferred champagne is chilled. The chef has prepared a selection of hors d'oeuvres, based on your notes from your last visit to our sister property in Macau. He gestures to a table where a silver bucket holds a magnum of vintage Krug, alongside plates of caviar, wagyu tartare, and other jewel-like culinary creations. This is the core of the system. The machine isn't just a casino. It's a global network of data. Every preference you've ever expressed, every bottle you've ever ordered, every dish you've ever favored, is logged in a central profile. They know you better than you know yourself, and their goal is to anticipate your desires before you're even aware of them. You don't ask for things here. Things simply appear. He guides you through the space. This is the main salon. The media room is through here, with a 12-foot screen and full cinematic sound. Your private gym and spa, including a sauna and steam room, are on this level as well. If you require a masseuse or a trainer, you need only ask. He leads you up a floating staircase, a ribbon of glass and steel that seems to hang in midair. The second floor is the private quarters. The master bedroom is larger than most city apartments. The bed is a custom-made monolith, an island of linens and pillows so immaculate, It looks like no human has ever touched it. And facing the bed is another floor-to-ceiling window, offering a view of the sunrise over the distant mountains. The master bathroom is a sanctuary of Italian marble, a steam shower large enough for 10 people, a television embedded behind the mirror, and a deep, circular soaking tub placed right against the corner window, giving you the dizzying sensation of bathing in the sky itself. Every product is full-sized, from a brand so exclusive it's not sold in stores. But this isn't the main event. Your butler leads you past the bedroom to a set of sliding glass doors. And this, he says with the slightest hint of pride, is unique to this villa. He slides the door open, and you step out onto a massive private terrace. The roar of the city is a distant whisper from this high up. In the center of the terrace is a full-size swimming pool. But it's not just a pool. It's a cantilevered infinity pool, extending out from the edge of the building. The front wall of the pool is made of thick, transparent acrylic. When you're in the water, there is nothing between you and the 50-story drop but a sheet of clear polymer. You are literally swimming in the sky, floating above the neon river of the Las Vegas Strip. It's an architectural marvel, an act of sheer audacity, and an experience reserved for a handful of people on the planet. This is a statement. It's the resort telling you that the normal rules of gravity, of engineering, of possibility, do not apply to you while you are here. You stand there on the edge of the world taking it all in. The sheer, overwhelming scale of the luxury is designed to do one thing: recalibrate your sense of reality. It's meant to detach you from the value of a dollar, to make the ordinary world feel distant and trivial. Because when you're living in a place where a private, cantilevered sky pool is just another amenity, what does a $100,000 bet even feel like? It's a psychological softening up, an acclimation process. They are preparing you for the main event. They are making you feel like a king because a king's treasury is meant to be spent. As you turn back inside, the butler is holding a small, encrypted tablet. Your host sends his regards, he says. He will be up to greet you personally in 30 minutes. He's also confirmed that your private gaming salon is ready for you whenever you wish to begin. The table minimums have been removed, and your preferred dealers are on standby. The transition is beginning. The comfort and isolation of the villa is about to give way to the calculated risk of the casino. You've been brought into the inner sanctum. You've been shown a level of luxury that borders on the surreal. Now the heart of the machine is ready to see you, and it's hungry. The journey from the villa is not a walk. It's a transition between worlds. There are no public hallways, no elevators filled with tourists clutching bucket-sized margaritas. Instead, your host guides you through a series of unmarked doors, into corridors paneled in dark, polished wood. The air changes. The distant, muffled hum of the main casino floor is a beast you can hear but not see. It's a low-grade, constant vibration you feel in the soles of your shoes. The art on the walls becomes more severe, more significant. You get the distinct impression you're moving deeper into the core of the building, past the glittering facade and into the operational center of it all. This isn't about hiding you from the public. It's about insulating you from reality. Every step is designed to strip away the outside world, to narrow your focus until only one thing remains: the game. You pass a final security checkpoint. A man in a perfectly tailored suit who doesn't carry a weapon you can see, but whose eyes scan you with an unnerving computational calm. He nods not at you but at your host. You are not a person here, you are a verified asset. And then a final set of double doors swings open, and the low hum you've been hearing vanishes. You're met with silence. A deep, profound, and impossibly heavy silence. This is the Salon Prive, the high-limit room. But it's not a room. It's a sanctuary of risk. The ceiling is impossibly high, coffered and gilded. The light is low and warm, emanating from ornate chandeliers that seem to absorb sound rather than reflect it. The carpet is so thick your feet sink into it, muffling your every step. There are perhaps only 4 tables in a space that could hold 20. A baccarat table, a blackjack table, and 2 others currently unoccupied. There is no music, no bells, no celebratory shouts. The only sounds are the quiet murmur of a conversation in Mandarin from the corner, the soft, almost imperceptible whisper of cards being shuffled, and the gentle clinking of ice in a heavy crystal glass. The air smells of old leather, expensive perfume, and the faint, sweet aroma of a cigar that was extinguished hours ago. This is not a place of frantic, hopeful gambling. This is a place of quiet, methodical warfare. At the baccarat table, 3 men sit opposite a dealer. They don't speak to each other. They don't even look at each other. Their focus is absolute, a trinity of concentration aimed at the small green expanse of felt before them. They are not playing against the house, they are playing against the immutable laws of probability, and they are doing so with a stillness that is far more intimidating than any bravado. Your host guides you toward the empty blackjack table. A man in a tuxedo, the pit boss, materializes from the shadows. He smiles, but it's a professional courtesy, not an expression of warmth. His eyes are the eyes of an air traffic controller, constantly scanning, calculating, assessing. "Good evening," he says, his voice a low baritone that carries perfectly in the quiet room. "We trust the accommodations are to your satisfaction." Your host handles the introductions. Names are exchanged, but they feel like formalities. The real introduction happens next. "We'd like to arrange a marker," your host says, his tone casual, as if ordering a drink. The pit boss nods. "Of course. What denomination were you considering for tonight?" This is the moment the air crackles. A marker is not cash. It's a promise. It's casino credit. A line extended based on a deep, invasive financial background check that was completed weeks before you ever boarded the jet. It's the casino looking you in the eye and saying, "We have assessed your net worth, your assets, and your appetite for risk, and we have determined that we can trust you to lose this much money." Your host doesn't miss a beat. "Let's start with $1 million. $1 million. He says it like he's asking for a towel. The pit boss doesn't flinch. He doesn't write anything down. He simply gives a short, sharp nod to a woman standing by a small desk in the corner. She taps a few keys on a computer and that's it. The transaction is complete. A ghost account containing $1 million has just been created for you. There is no plastic card, no stack of cash. It's just a number and understanding. An invisible weight that now settles in the room. "Very good, sir. The table is yours. Your dealer will be with you momentarily." The pit boss recedes back into the elegant gloom. You sit down. The chair is heavy, upholstered in rich, dark leather. It feels more like a throne than a seat. The felt of the table is immaculate, a perfect, unblemished field of green. A dealer approaches. She is the epitome of professional poise. Her hands move with an economy of motion that is mesmerizing. She's not here to make small talk. She is an instrument of the casino, a finely tuned cog in the great machine. She begins the shuffle. The sound is a soft, rhythmic cascade, a whisper that cuts through the silence. It's the only sound that matters now. Your host leans in. "Baccarat is the tradition here," he says quietly. "But blackjack gives you the illusion of control. It's a more personal battle." You nod. "Blackjack it is." The dealer finishes her shuffle, places the 6 decks into the shoe, and slides out a burn card. She looks at you, her expression neutral. "Good luck, sir." Your host gestures to the pit boss. "Chips, please." There's no cart wheeled over. A moment later, a man in a suit arrives carrying a single locked briefcase. He places it on the table, opens it, and the contents seem to suck the light out of the room. It's filled with casino plaques. Not chips. These are heavy rectangular blocks of polished ceramic, the kind you only see in movies. They come in shades of orange, brown, and a deep oceanic blue. The smallest denomination in the case is $5,000. The largest, $100,000. $1 million in physical form is laid out before you. It looks smaller than you think, but it feels infinitely heavier. "First bet, sir?" the dealer asks. This is the precipice. The sanitized luxury of the villa, the curated perfection of the meal, the seamless journey. It all led to this. A simple question. A green felt table. A pile of ceramic rectangles that represents the price of a house, a college education, a life savings for most people. You slide a single plaque forward. $25,000. It makes a soft, definitive sound as it lands in the betting circle. Feels absurd. The gesture is too small for the value it represents. The dealer begins. Her hands are a blur. 2 cards slide under your plaque. 2 for herself, 1 up, 1 down. Her up card is a 10. A powerhouse. The entire room, for a split second, feels like it's holding its breath. The men at the baccarat table haven't looked up, but you can feel their awareness. In the salon prive, every bet is a public statement. You look at your cards. A king. And an ace. Blackjack. Just like that. An instant perfect win. On the very first hand, the dealer shows no reaction. She checks her down card, a 7. She collects her cards and slides a plaque and a half. $37,500. next to your original bet. The entire exchange takes less than 10 seconds. It was effortless. Too easy. A small smile touches your lips, but it feels foreign. You expected a jolt, a surge of adrenaline, the thrill of the win. Instead, you feel a strange calm, a dangerous quiet. The $37,000 profit doesn't feel real. It's just another piece of ceramic. The house didn't seem to mind losing it. In fact, you get the chilling, distinct feeling that this is exactly what they wanted to happen. This wasn't a win. It was a taste. The machine just gave you your first complimentary dose. It knows that the initial rush is the most potent, the one that bypasses logic and reason. It's the hook. And as you look down at the small pile of plaques that could change someone's life, you realize the calculated risk you thought you were taking wasn't about the money at all. The real gamble was sitting down in the first place. And you've already lost. The sound doesn't come back all at once. It returns in waves. First, the distant, tinny jackpot bells from a slot machine across the floor. Then the low murmur of conversations from other tables, a language you no longer speak. The dealer's voice, a polite and practiced, "Good game," feels like an insult wrapped in velvet. You don't respond. You just nod, pushing your chair back with a scrape that feels far too loud in the sudden vacuum of your own world. Standing up is a physical effort. Your legs feel heavy, anchored to the spot where your fortune, and more importantly, your ego, just evaporated under the surgical glare of the overhead lights. You walk away from the table and every eye in the room feels like it's boring into your back, even though you know logically no one cares. In a place like this, a loss like yours is just Tuesday. It's the cost of admission. But it doesn't feel that way. It feels singular. It feels like a public execution of your own judgment. The walk through the main casino floor is a gauntlet of everything you suddenly despise. The manic energy of the craps table, the wild cheers, the high fives between strangers bonded by a lucky roll of the dice. It all feels like a personal affront. The rhythmic, hypnotic chime of the video poker machine sounds like a ticking clock, counting down the seconds of your failure. You see the faces of the people playing, their eyes glazed over, lost in the trance of the small win, the near miss, the next bet. And for the first time, you don't see excitement. You see desperation. You see the same flawed calculation you just made, just on a smaller, more tragic scale. You bypass the elevators that lead up to your palatial suite. The thought of being in that silent, opulent room, alone with the ghosts of the cards you were dealt and the choices you made, is unbearable. That room was for a winner. It was a trophy. Right now it would feel like a mausoleum. You need air. You need noise. You need something real to break the spell. You push through the grand, gilded doors of the resort and step out onto the Las Vegas Strip. And the world explodes. The air, even late at night, is thick and warm, carrying a cocktail of scents. Exhaust fumes, cheap perfume, street food, and the faint, chlorinated mist from the fountains down the block. It's an assault on the senses, a stark, chaotic contrast to the filtered, temperature-controlled, oxygen-pumped environment you just left. And it's exactly what you needed. You start walking with no destination in mind. You just let the current of the crowd take you. Here on the sidewalk, you are anonymous. You are no longer the high roller who just blew a fortune. You are just another face in a sea of millions. A single flickering light in a galaxy of neon. The weight on your shoulders lessens with every step. You drift past the Bellagio, and the fountains erupt. Hundreds of people stop, their phones held aloft, capturing the spectacle. Water cannons shoot 1,000 feet into the sky, perfectly choreographed to a soaring orchestral score. It's absurd. It's magnificent. It's a multi-million-dollar monument to impossibility. A liquid ballet in the middle of a desert. 10 minutes ago, you would have seen it as a backdrop, a pretty picture to glance at from your limousine window. Now, standing among the crowd, feeling the fine mist on your face, you see it for what it is. A beautiful temporary distraction. A reminder that even here, in the capital of consequence, there are moments of pure, unadulterated wonder that cost nothing to witness. You keep walking north. A man spray-painted silver and pretending to be a statue startles a group of tourists, and their shrieks of laughter cut through the noise. A couple argues passionately by a crosswalk, their private drama playing out on a public stage. A group of college kids drunk on freedom and cheap vodka sing an off-key pop song as they stumble towards the next bar. Every person here has a story. Every one of them is gambling something, their time, their money, their heart. And you're just one of them. Your bespoke suit, which felt like armor in the high-limit room, now feels like a costume. You're overdressed for this part of the city. You pass a street magician making a card disappear for a delighted child. And you almost laugh at the irony. The real magic, the real sleight of hand, happens in the carpeted rooms behind you, where they make your money disappear without you even seeing the trick. You find yourself in front of the mirage, just as the volcano begins its nightly rumble. A low guttural sound builds and then fireballs shoot into the night sky, their heat warming your face from 100 yards away. The roar of the flames drowns out everything else. It's primal, violent, and utterly captivating. It's a manufactured spectacle of destruction, a carefully controlled catastrophe. And as you watch the fire dance on the surface of the lagoon, you realize this entire city is built on that same principle: controlled catastrophe. It pushes you to the edge, lets you feel the heat, but it's designed to never let you actually fall into the lava. Unless, of course, you choose to jump. The thought sends a chill through you. The loss at the table wasn't an accident. It was a choice. A series of choices. The choice to sit down, the choice to bet big, the choice to believe you were smarter than the odds. The house doesn't beat you. You beat yourself. Your walk slows. The frantic energy of the main strip begins to fade as you turn a corner, drawn in by a classic, glowing neon sign for a 24-hour diner. It's a relic from a different Vegas, a time before mega resorts and celebrity chefs. Inside, the air smells of coffee and fried bacon. The vinyl on the booths is cracked and the server calls you Han. You slide into a booth and order a black coffee. It arrives in a thick, heavy ceramic mug, and it's bitter and perfect. You sit there, stirring the coffee, watching the city's real night owls, the cab drivers on their break, the casino workers just getting off their shift, their faces etched with a fatigue that no amount of glitter can hide. These are the people who keep the fantasy alive. They deal the cards, pour the drinks, and clean the rooms for the dreamers. And in this simple, unglamorous diner, a profound clarity washes over you. The private jet, the penthouse suite, the high-stakes game. It's all part of the product. It's an elaborate, intoxicating illusion designed to separate you from your reality and your money. You weren't buying an experience, you were paying for a role in a play. And your role was the loser. It's a role that someone has to play every single night for the show to go on. But the show isn't over. Losing the money doesn't mean you've lost the night or the trip. It just means your role has changed. You're no longer the star of the show. You're in the audience now. And from here you can see everything much more clearly. You pay for your coffee with a crumpled 20 from your pocket, leaving the rest as a tip. As you step back out into the night, the air feels different, lighter. The sting of the loss is still there, but it's no longer a fatal wound. It's a lesson, a very, very expensive lesson. The city still glitters, but you see it with new eyes. It's not a playground of limitless opportunity. It's a machine, a beautiful, brilliant, relentless machine. And you just learned firsthand how the gears work. The question is, what do you do with that knowledge? Do you walk away? Or do you find a different game to play? A game where the rules are your own. Your phone buzzes in your pocket. It's a text from your concierge. It reads, "Confirmation for your 1 a.m. seating. They said to use the side entrance. And to come alone." A wry smile touches your lips. The night, it seems, has other plans. The machine isn't done with you yet. You cash out. The sound of the ticket printing is a final, satisfying sigh from the machine. 7 figures. A life-changing amount for most people on this floor. For you tonight, it's just the cost of admission. You palm the ticket, not even looking at the numbers. Feels strangely light, insignificant. The noise of the casino floor, which just moments ago was a symphony of winning, now feels like a dull, distant roar. Your focus has narrowed. 1 a.m. Side entrance. Alone. You bypass the main cashier, heading instead toward a discreet door marked private. A nod to the security guard. A man built like a small mountain who barely registers your presence, and you're through. The transition is jarring. You've left the carefully curated world of public spectacle and entered the casino's central nervous system. The air here is different, cooler, smelling of industrial cleaner and ozone. The carpets are gone, replaced by polished concrete floors scuffed by the hurried footsteps of 1,000 employees. Fluorescent lights hum overhead, casting a sterile, shadowless glow on exposed pipes and bundles of wiring that run along the ceiling like metallic veins. There's no one here to guide you. The text didn't say there would be. You follow a long corridor. The only sound the soft echo of your own footsteps. You pass the employee cafeteria, the rhythmic clatter of dishes and low murmur of conversation leaking from beneath the door. You pass the uniform distribution center, Rows of identical vests and bow ties hanging behind a wire cage like a silent, waiting army. This is the real Vegas. Not the fantasy sold under the neon, but the gritty, relentless engine that powers it. A city behind the city. You reach a junction with a simple, hand-painted sign pointing left for table games management and right for surveillance. You take a third option, a heavy, unmarked steel door at the end of the hall. It looks like it leads to a supply closet. There's a small, almost invisible keypad next to it. You don't have the code. You don't need it. You simply stand there. 30 seconds later, a green light blinks once and you hear the heavy thud of a magnetic lock disengaging. You pull the door open and step inside. The world changes again. The sterile hallway gives way to a small, circular antechamber, paneled in dark, rich mahogany. The air is thick with the scent of old leather, expensive scotch, and a faint, sweet wisp of cigar smoke. There's a single person waiting for you. Not a host, not a butler. He's an older gentleman in a perfectly tailored but unassuming suit. His face a roadmap of hard-won negotiations and sleepless nights. He doesn't smile. He simply nods. They're waiting. He leads you not to a grand gaming room, but to what looks like a private study or a billionaire's den. No flashing lights, no digital displays. The room is dominated by a single round poker table, its green felt worn smooth by time and the slide of countless chips. Heavy velvet curtains are drawn, sealing this space off from the rest of the world, from the very concept of time. In here the sun never rises. There are only 4 other people at the table. You recognize none of them from magazine covers or television. These aren't celebrities or tech billionaires famous for being famous. These are the quiet ones. The ones who own the companies the famous people work for. There's a woman with severe silver hair, her eyes holding the cold, calculating calm of a private equity titan. Across from her, a man with the weathered hands of a Texas oil baron. His silence more intimidating than any threat. A younger man, almost boyish, taps a single chip on the table with a restless energy you recognize, the heir to a global shipping empire. And finally, the man at the head of the table, the one they all seem to defer to. He's older, with a kind face that doesn't quite reach his eyes. You know his name, of course. He owns the building you're standing in and several others like it. He's the house. There are no dealers. They deal themselves. The game is No Limit Texas Hold'em. The gentleman who led you in gestures to the empty seat. As you sit, he places a small lacquered box in front of you. You open it. It's filled with heavy clay chips. No denominations are printed on them. They don't need to be. Everyone here knows the value. The box in front of you, your buy-in is $1 million. You slide your 7-figure slot ticket across the table to the owner. He doesn't even glance at it, simply tucking it into his jacket pocket as if it were a grocery receipt. The transaction is complete. You're in the game. The oil baron is dealing. The cards slide across the felt with a soft, whispering sound. The only other noises are the clinking of ice in a heavy crystal tumbler and the quiet, rhythmic click of the shipping heir's chip. This isn't the wild, emotional poker you see on TV. This is a bloodless, intellectual war. Every glance, every breath, every subtle shift in posture is a piece of information, a weapon to be used. You look at your cards. Pocket aces, the best starting hand in the game. Statistically, a gift. In this room, it feels like a trap. Starting with a hand this strong can make you predictable, vulnerable. You keep your expression neutral, your breathing steady. You're the new blood, the outsider. They're watching you, testing you, dissecting your every move. The betting begins. It's deceptively small at first. A series of probing raises, each one a question. Are you strong? Are you weak? Are you bluffing? You play it cool, just calling, letting them build the pot, letting them think they're in control. The flop comes. An ace, a king, and a 7. You've hit the top set. A monster hand, virtually unbeatable. A surge of adrenaline courses through you, but you suppress it instantly. Your face remains a mask of calm indifference. The betting round is more aggressive now. The oil baron leads out with a hefty bet. The private equity magnate folds instantly, her face betraying nothing. The shipping heir, however, hesitates. He studies you, his eyes trying to peel back the layers of your composure. Then he raises. A significant re-raise. It's a power move designed to intimidate. The casino owner folds. It's down to you and the heir. Your mind is racing, running through 1,000 possibilities. What could he have? A set of kings? 2 pair? Or is he completely empty-handed? Sensing a moment of weakness? He's trying to buy the pot, to establish dominance at the table right from the start. To fold here would be to mark yourself as a soft target for the rest of the night. To call is to invite even more pressure. To raise, that's a declaration of war. You look at your chips. The $1 million that felt like a fortune an hour ago now seems like a small pile of ammunition. You look at him. He's staring right back, a faint predatory smirk on his lips. He thinks he has you. He thinks you're just another tourist who got lucky at a slot machine, a guppy swimming in a shark tank. You take a slow, deliberate breath. You meet his gaze. Then you push your entire stack of chips into the middle of the table. All of it. $1 million. The sound is soft, a gentle cascade of clay on felt, but in the dead silence of the room, it sounds like a gunshot. The smirk vanishes from the heir's face. His eyes widen, just for a fraction of a second, before his own mask of composure slams back into place. You've just put him to a decision for his entire stack, for his entire buy-in. On the very first hand, the room holds its breath. The quiet hum of the building's ventilation is the only sound. He stares at the board, then at you, his mind a frantic calculator of odds and tells. He has to make a choice. And so do you. Because as you watch him, a cold dread begins to creep up your spine. What if he has the one hand that beats you? What if this whole thing was a setup? What if you just made the biggest mistake of your life? The air in the room becomes thick, heavy, like trying to breathe underwater. Every tick of the gilded clock on the wall echoes like a drumbeat counting down the seconds of your life. Your heart hammers against your ribs, a frantic prisoner trying to escape. All the confidence, all the swagger that got you to this table has evaporated, leaving behind a cold, raw nerve of fear. You try to control your breathing to project an image of calm, but you can feel the sweat beading on your forehead. You're not just playing cards anymore. You're playing with a piece of your future, a chunk of your soul pushed into the center of the table. He just sits there. His name is Marcus Thorne, or so you were told. A legend in these private rooms. They say he once lost $1 million without so much as blinking, only to win back $5 million the very next night. He's not a gambler. He's a force of nature, a statistical anomaly wrapped in a $5,000 suit. And his eyes, a pale, piercing blue, are locked on yours. They're not angry, they're not calculating, they're just empty. It's like looking into the void, and the void is looking back, unimpressed. This is the moment poker players talk about in hushed, reverent tones. It's not about the cards. It's never just about the cards. It's about the space between the seconds. It's a war fought with nerve endings and subtle shifts in posture. You're searching for a tell, any crack in his marble facade. A slight flare of the nostril, a twitch in his jaw, the rhythm of his breathing. But there's nothing. He is a statue carved from ice. And that, you realize, is the most terrifying tell of all. His absolute stillness is an act of aggression. It's a statement. It says, I am in complete control. You are not. Your mind races, replaying the hand in a desperate, looping reel. Did you overplay it? Did your ambition write a check your cards can't cash? You have a monster hand, a hand that wins 99 times out of 100. But this is Vegas. This is the one time. This is where the impossible becomes probable. You can feel the eyes of the other players, the dealer, the silent observers in the corner of the room. They're not watching the cards anymore. They're watching you. They're watching a man on a high wire with no net, and the wind is starting to pick up. You think about the jet, the feeling of ascending into the clouds, leaving the ordinary world behind. You think about the suite, the view of the strip glittering like a river of diamonds. It all felt so real, so permanent. But now it feels like a dream you're about to wake up from. All of it, the entire fantasy, is condensed into that mountain of chips in the middle of the table. Your chips. His chips. A monument to a single decision. And then he moves. It's a small, almost imperceptible motion. He lifts his hand, not to his chips, but to his glass of whiskey. He swirls the amber liquid, the ice clinking softly. The sound is deafening in the silence. He takes a slow, deliberate sip, never breaking eye contact. He's not just drinking. He's toasting. But to what? To his victory? Or to your spectacular downfall? He sets the glass down with a soft click. The sound punctuates the tension, a period at the end of a sentence you can't yet read. He leans forward just an inch, but the shift in energy is seismic. The air crackles. He's made his decision. Your stomach plummets. This is it. The moment of impact. A faint smile plays on his lips. It's not a warm smile. It's the kind of smile a wolf gives right before it closes its jaws. And then he speaks. His voice is a low, smooth baritone, a voice that could coax secrets from a stone. But all he says is one word. Call. The word hangs in the air, a death sentence. Doesn't make sense. If he had the one hand that could beat you, the stone-cold nuts, he would have re-raised. He would have tried to get every last dollar you had. A call. A call means he's strong but not invincible. Or it means he's so supremely confident, so utterly certain of your weakness, that he's laying the perfect trap. He's giving you just enough hope to make the pain of losing that much sweeter for him. The dealer, a man who has seen fortunes won and lost with the turn of a single card, looks at you both. He waits for a beat, ensuring the action is complete. Then, with the practiced grace of a surgeon, he reaches for the deck. This is the river. The final card. The card that will either validate your genius or expose your folly. Time seems to warp, stretching and compressing. The dealer's hand moves in slow motion. You see the intricate patterns on the back of the card. The way the light catches the polished surface of the table. You can hear the blood roaring in your ears. The entire universe, all of its infinite possibilities, has collapsed into this single 5-inch piece of cardboard. He burns a card, sliding it underneath the chips. And then he turns it over. The card is a blank. A meaningless, useless, beautiful blank. It doesn't complete his straight. It doesn't give him a flush. It changes nothing. A collective, almost inaudible sigh ripples through the room. The board is set. The final story is written. Now all that's left is to read the ending. Protocol dictates that you, the aggressor, must show your hand first. Your hand is trembling, but you force it steady. To show weakness now would be to tarnish the victory, or deepen the humiliation of defeat. You slowly, deliberately turn your cards over. A full house. Kings full of sevens. A monster. A hand that should have been invincible. A wave of relief so powerful it almost makes you dizzy washes over you. You did it. You held your nerve. You won. But Marcus Thorne isn't looking at your cards. He's still looking at you. And he's still smiling that same chilling smile. He gives a slow, almost imperceptible nod. It's not a nod of concession. It's a nod of confirmation. Like you just passed a test you didn't even know you were taking. Then, with no ceremony at all, he flips his own cards over. The table gasps. It's not a loud sound, just a sharp collective intake of breath. You stare, your mind refusing to process what your eyes are seeing. It's not possible. Statistically insane. For of a kind. For aces. The one hand. The single solitary combination of cards on the entire board that could beat you. He had it from the very beginning. He had you from the moment the cards were dealt. The blood drains from your face. The room starts to spin. The mountain of chips, your future, suddenly seems a million miles away. He didn't just beat you. He dismantled you. He played you like a fiddle, letting you build the pot, letting you believe you were in control, all while holding an atomic bomb in his hand. The call on the end wasn't a trap. It was an act of mercy, or maybe an act of supreme arrogance. He slowly, gracefully, rakes the mountain of chips toward his side of the table. The sound is like an avalanche burying you. He doesn't celebrate. He doesn't gloat. He simply stacks the chips with an unnerving precision. You feel a hand on your shoulder. It's one of your hosts, the man who brought you here. His face is pale. "Maybe we should go," he whispers. But you can't move. You're paralyzed, transfixed by the man who just erased you. As he finishes stacking the last of your chips, he finally looks up, and his eyes meet yours one last time. The empty void is gone. In its place is a flicker of something else. Something that looks almost like an invitation. He leans forward again, his voice now just a whisper meant only for you. "That," he says, his smile finally reaching his eyes, "was the entrance fee. The real game is about to begin. Are you ready to play?" The question hangs in the air, heavier than all the gold in the vault below us. Ready to play? It's not really a question. It's a key turning in a lock I didn't know was there. The world of high-stakes poker, the penthouse suite, the million-dollar chips. All of it suddenly feels like the lobby, the waiting room. A beautifully decorated, impossibly expensive waiting room, but a waiting room nonetheless. I give a slow, deliberate nod. It's the only answer there is. He doesn't lead me back to the casino floor. Instead, we walk to a wall that looks like any other, paneled in dark, polished wood. He presses a section with no visible button or seam, and a portion of the wall glides silently inward, revealing not an elevator, but a small private funicular. A tram car designed for only a handful of people, suspended on a glowing track that descends into darkness. It's like something out of a spy movie, a hidden artery running through the secret heart of the hotel. The door hisses shut and we begin to move, not up but sideways and down, a silent, smooth journey through the bones of the building. The low hum is the only sound. There are no windows, no indication of where we're going. It's a deliberate act of disorientation, a way of saying, you are now leaving the map. When the doors open again, the air is different, cooler still and carrying a scent I can't quite place. Old leather, expensive scotch, and something else. The dry, crisp smell of old money. We're in a library, a vast circular room lined from floor to ceiling with books. But these aren't just any books. I see first editions, priceless manuscripts under glass, leather-bound tomes that look like they've witnessed centuries. In the center of the room, under a soft, low-hanging light, is a single magnificent table. It's not for poker or baccarat. It's a boardroom table, carved from a single piece of obsidian black wood, so polished it reflects the ceiling like a dark lake. And around it sit the players. There are only 5 of them. The faces are ones you might recognize from the cover of Forbes, or perhaps from a classified government briefing. There's a tech magnate from Silicon Valley, who looks profoundly bored by his own multi-billion-dollar fortune. An oil sheik with eyes that have seen empires rise and fall, his silence carrying more weight than any words. A woman whose name is only spoken in whispers in the backrooms of Wall Street in Washington, D.C., her poise as sharp and dangerous as a shard of glass. They don't look up as we enter. They don't need to. Our arrival was an expected part of the evening's proceedings. My host gestures to 2 empty chairs set slightly back from the table, for observers. For us. The game, he murmurs, his voice barely disturbing the cathedral-like silence, is about the future. Money is just how they keep score in the minor leagues. Up here the currency is different. It's influence. It's legacy. It's the ability to shape the skyline you see glittering outside that window with a single handshake. There are no cards. No dice. No dealer. In the center of the table lies a meticulously detailed architectural model of a section of the Las Vegas Strip. But it's not the Strip as it exists today. There are new towers where landmarks should be, reimagined casinos, entire blocks that have been wiped clean and rebuilt. The game, I realize, is real-life Monopoly played by the people who actually own the board. The woman from Wall Street begins. She doesn't speak of money. She speaks of water rights from the Colorado River, a complex deal she has been structuring for years. She slides a simple leather-bound portfolio across the table. That is her opening bet. The tech magnate counters. He doesn't offer a portfolio. He talks about a new kind of data mining technology, one that can predict crowd flow and spending habits with 99% accuracy. He wants exclusive rights to deploy it across the entire district. He pushes nothing forward. His word, his intellectual property, is his wager. This is the real game. They're not betting with chips. They're betting with deeds to properties that don't exist yet. They're wagering broadcast rights for sporting events that haven't even been conceived. They're carving up the future of the city like a pie. One man, who hasn't spoken a word, pushes forward a small, unassuming black notebook. My host leans over and whispers that it contains the patent for a new type of solar glass that could power the entire city, making it energy independent. He's betting a technological revolution. My host is here for one thing. There's a piece of land on the model, currently occupied by an older, iconic casino. His casino. He wants to buy out the partners, tear it down, and build something new. A legacy project. The others at the table own pieces of it, hold debt against it, or control the political levers needed to approve such a massive undertaking. For the next 2 hours, I watch them negotiate. It's a masterclass in power. Threats are veiled as polite suggestions. Alliances are formed and broken with a single shared glance. Fortunes that would take a lifetime to build are committed with a quiet nod. It's utterly terrifying and absolutely mesmerizing. They are redrawing the map, not just of Las Vegas, but of entire industries connected to it. What happens in this room will ripple outwards, affecting millions of people who will never even know this room exists. Finally, it comes down to my host and the woman from Wall Street. He needs her block of shares. She wants his support for a new transportation initiative that will exclusively service her properties. It's a stalemate. The air is thick with tension. My host sits back. He doesn't look at her. He looks at me. Then he says, "I'll make you one final offer." He reaches into his jacket and pulls out a single simple key. It's old, ornate, and made of brass. He slides it to the center of the table. The room for the first time is completely, utterly silent. Even these titans of industry seem to hold their breath. The woman from Wall Street stares at the key, her mask of cold composure finally cracking. A flicker of disbelief, of pure, unadulterated desire, flashes in her eyes. "The key to the original Flamingo Vault," she says, her voice a hushed reverie. "Bugsy Siegel's personal vault." My host nods. The contents are intact. Historical. It's not about the monetary value. It's about the story, the myth, owning a piece of the city's soul. It's a bet that can't be quantified, a power move that transcends balance sheets. She looks from the key to my host, then back again. A slow smile spreads across her face. She slides her own portfolio back and gives a slight, almost imperceptible nod. The deal is done. His legacy is secured. The meeting dissolves without ceremony. Handshakes are exchanged. The players file out as silently as they arrived, disappearing back into the world where they pull the strings. As we ride the funicular back to the world of neon and noise, my host is quiet. He finally looks at me, and that wry smile is back. "You see," he says, "the gambling they show you on television? That's for tourists. This is the real Las Vegas. It's not a city of chance. It's a city of vision, of will. It's a place where people with enough leverage don't hope for the future. They build it to their exact specifications. We don't go back to the party. We go straight to the tarmac. The engines of the Gulf Stream are already whining, a silver bullet ready to pierce the dawn. As we climb into the sky, the strip shrinks below us, a glittering river of light, a testament to ambition and illusion. I see it differently now. It's not a playground. It's a chessboard. And for one night, we sat behind the grandmasters and watched them make their moves. The private jet, the penthouse, the $1 million buy-in, that wasn't the experience. That was just the ticket. It was the price of admission to see the show. The real Vegas isn't something you can visit. It's not a place you can win at. It's a game you have to be invited to play. And as the lights of the desert fade into the darkness behind us, I understand that the biggest prize you can win in Las Vegas isn't money. It's the knowledge of how the game is truly played. And for a fleeting moment we knew.